bad bearings. Eventually I'm going to get another one to replace this real soon. Probably sometime next month. When I get paid again, I'll look for something a little bit better. Or if I can find a video of it running or something like that. But 9 times out of 10, when you get something like this, you have to be able to work on it and basically restore it. But if you're someone that's not fond of that, then most likely you have to either live with it or you're going to be looking for something a little bit better all the time. And I'm not one to continually come out of my pocket like that all the time. But I'll see what I can do. But for right now, I guess I'll keep it. I just really can't use it like this. So I'm probably going to get something else over here different. That one I can use. That one don't have that problem. So I'm okay with that one. This one right here eventually will be going to somebody once I get a replacement. Something that's like decent. If I can find one that's like in mint condition. Anyways, thanks for watching. That's it on this video right here as far as the bearing issue is concerned. The Mont Fan Man morning comes soon. I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. Good night. God bless you and go home. Just when I thought this one was the better one, because this one has issues, this one has issues. Guess what this one has? The same problem that this one has. Bearing issues. I can't pull the blade off. I don't have the proper tools for that. It's stuck to the shaft. And just like this one, it's a temporary deal. So this one's getting worse. And that's the price you pay when you're someone that's not fond of taking apart motors, fixing them up, replacing washers, replacing bearings, oiling bearings, fixing thrust washers, giving it grease for the oscillator. If you're not someone that's like Jordan that know how to do all that, and you're just the average consumer, someone that's just going to grab it and use it the way it is, this is the problem you're going to run into. So now, guess what I got to do with this one? The same thing I got to do with this one. Eventually try to get it replaced next month. And so this one and this one both got to be given away. So it makes it really difficult for someone like me to try to go quote unquote vintage, because I'm not Jordan you. I'm not someone that knows how to do all of that so it can work properly. I'm just the average consumer. Just get it, run it the way it is, and that's it. And it might do you some good for a little while. Then it ends up like this. And then you end up having to give it away because you don't have the proper tools or the grease or the oil or the proper knowledge on how to pull a motor apart and dissect it. Basically take the stator out and the rotor and do all that Jordan U stuff. So, So now it makes it nearly impossible to use like that. And it makes that one nearly impossible to use. So both of these are going to have to be removed from now. Put away somewhere. Until I can, next month, I have to wait till next month. Until I can get a replacement. The only problem I have with that is I don't really have the money to keep coming out of my pocket to take a chance. Because with me, because I'm not somebody like Jordan or some of these other collectors, I know how to dissect motors and do all that stuff. So the super fan man or people that know how to do all that so it can work like new again. Then basically with me, it's like a 50-50 chance. Well, it's a chance that you'll get one that works really good or in mint condition that don't have that problem at all. That has low hours and never had that issue. Or you might get something like new old stock. Or it's a chance that you'll get something like this, where the aesthetics look good, but the motors are trash because, well, you don't know how to really fix them up at all. And then if you keep running it like this, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse until eventually it's going to lock up on you, and then that can really cause problems. Sometimes it can cause fires. So because of that, now I have to turn it off. Just like I had to turn the other one off. least I thought I turned it off. Maybe not. It's interesting how it doesn't do that on a low, but it does it on high speed. It doesn't matter what speed you run this thing on, it should be running perfect. It doesn't seem like the bearings is the problem. If that was the problem, it definitely wouldn't have a good spin down like that. The same issue with this. So I think it's just dry, but since I can't properly oil it, because I can't take the blade off because I don't have the proper tools when they're stuck like that, it makes it difficult. And if I run it like that long enough, it will mess up the bearings. So these two, I don't think I'm going to come out of my pocket again and gamble on it. Meaning, what I mean by that is take a chance on trying to get 2 more of these. Trying to search high and low on eBay to see if they have them in, new old stock or really mint condition or low hours. I just don't have that kind of time. So, at least I tried to go vintage. But at the end of the day, this one hasn't given me no trouble. It's absolutely like this one a lot, this royal blue one. This one is an old new stock. That's why it never gave me no problems. It's brand spanking new from that time. Never been touched, never been used. These in the middle are okay. I think this one has some bearing issues. I have some bearing issues. That got okay. This one right there is brand spanking new, just like that one. New old stock. And that's about it. And of course, this one right here, that one right there, the Doracraft don't have no problems at all. You already know that. They don't have no problems at all. Okay. So, of course, that 97 Lasco that I bought way back then still don't have no issues. But these are the problems right here. Ever since I've gone vintage, I've had some problems. The first fan I ever bought, the first time I tried to go vintage, was that 1-speed Galaxy, where it's just like a stationary, and it's a 1-speed, looks just like the oscillating death fan. The first one I got, the bearings was atrocious. Ended up giving that away. The second one I got, it came to me, it said it was in mint condition, but the motor was dead on arrival. Didn't work at all whatsoever. Just got the clamps off that one, tried to salvage the blade. The blade wouldn't work on anything else. Ended up throwing the whole thing in the trash. The third one I got I had to deal with like that was that patent high velocity fan. Motor went bad, seized up pretty badly, got real hot, about ready to catch fire. So before it can do all of that, I had to end up throwing it out. And that's why you don't see that no more. I had to end up throwing that out. So that's gone. Now here we are again with 2 fans that have pretty much almost locked up bearings. And that have to either be given away or have to be gone. So I've had not so good results on getting these machines. Because, first of all, in order for these to even work like new again, you have to be like Jordan or Tory or any of these people that know how to really dissect the machine and get it up and running. And I'm not fond of that. I'm not that. I'm not them. So all I know how to do is just grab it, run it, and hope that it will work. Well, that's not going to really work with something like this. That's been ran over the years. So it's really unfortunate that these have to go, but unfortunately they're going to have to. There's no way I can get the motor off of it. I don't have the proper tools for that. Okay? I don't have that thing like what Jordan had where you can clamp it to the blade gently and then pretty much, get the blade off with ease without damaging it. I just don't have those proper tools. So, there's my take on that. At least I tried. So at least I still have the Doracraft, I have the Lasco Breeze machine, and then I have these up here, which these are fairly good. The oscillator, again, that's new old stock. The one towards the end with the amber blade, that's new old stock. The ones in the middle are okay. They're in far better shape than those ones I have over there now. This one's in real good shape. It just has that thrust washer problem when you first turn it on, and then it gets okay after that. You don't have a problem after that anymore. And then also I have these Lakewoods. Now, these Lakewoods are in absolute perfect condition. These are mint condition Lakewoods. This one right here is a 2003. This is the second one. That's a 2003. Zero problems with them, period. Don't need to give it oil. Don't need to do any of that. It looks like they barely had any hours, like really low hours. And it does have an open bearing for a couple of drops of oil. So I ran off pretty good with these right here, these Lakewoods. So the Lakewoods from 2003, and then this one right here, that one, and the one at the end, those in the middle are okay. And then, of course, the Duracraft and the 1996-97 Vasco Breeze machine, which I've been had. I bought that new back then. Unfortunately, it's sad to see these have to go. I just can't. I mean, I don't want to waste my oil on something that I can't get to. So, unfortunately, these are going to have to go. They're going to have to go. I know y'all don't like that. I know a lot of vintage fan collectors are going to be like, well, first of all, before y'all say anything, I just told you. I'm not fond of that. That's not me. That's not what I do. I'm not going to mimic nobody, and that's not what I do. Okay? When it comes to that stuff, I'm just like an average consumer. That's just basically how it is. It's just the way it is. I tried, and I can't afford to waste oil on these machines where I don't have any type of proper tool to pull the blades off and dissect the motor and do all that stuff. Nope. I'm not Jordan. I'm not Tory. I'm not Esky. I'm not any of those folks. I'm not the super fan man. I don't do all that stuff. I don't service motors. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't mimic nobody like that. I'm just me. I know y'all would hate to see these go, but I have no choice and not use them like that. I just can't. I'm sorry. Well, it's getting late. It's almost 3 a.m. I got to go to bed. I'm not the fan man and out. Please, I'm in a good mood. I don't want to see any comments in there about what y'all trying to tell me to do, because it ain't going to happen, because that's not how I am. That's not me. So there's really no need to comment on it. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm not going to play that game where we're trying to replace them. So I'm sorry about that. I really am. I'll try to look to see if they have a new old stock, or if they have one in mint condition. Those might cost more, but I'll look into it with low hours. But if I can't find nothing like that, then I'm sorry.